What's up, guys? It's your boy Mendes Fitness here, and today I just wanted to share with you on how I made $60,000 last year off Instagram. And you guys are probably wondering, well, Instagram doesn't necessarily pay you, so how'd you do that? Well, it's not that Instagram paid me, but it's more that I aligned myself with the right brands, the right companies, the right people that got me the right opportunities to get paid, whether it was through them or other connections that they had given me through my journey, through my process, and through my work. But guys, this all starts with how you create your content. This starts with what kind of content you're creating, who you're creating it for, and at the end of the day, most importantly, why are you creating this content, and what is it that you're offering and delivering to your people. You have to figure out your why, guys. You have to figure out why you're doing this, and you have to know what you're going to give to your audience that makes you unique and special in whatever it is that you do. We all have something special and unique in us. We got to figure that out first, learn it, master it, and then we can go out and put it. With that being said, guys, for me, I've been attacking the health and fitness scene for a long time now, and that's something that I've been always passionate about, whether it's training, coaching, online, events, anything fitness related, whatever it is, I've been very passionate about. And now I'm just diversifying and growing into other many things. But I've been hitting it very hard for 6 years on my Instagram, especially through social media. And I got to really say that in the last 2.5 years and when I've been seeing my page work for me. And what I mean by that is the leverage is making money from it. And that was, at the end of the day, that's everybody wants to make something from what they're putting out there. It can start off as a hobby, but eventually it can turn into work, or you make it your work, and that's what your focus is, to make this a business. For me, it started with a passion because I wanted to show people what I was doing, and then from there I saw that I can take that opportunity, make it into something lucrative, and give me more freedom out there to do other things. So guys, how I started the process to make this $60,000. Guys, at the end of the day, like I was saying, you have to get with these companies, brands, and other people. And the way you do this is by building a relationship. If you cannot build a relationship, you are going to fail. You heard it? You're going to fail. You need to build a relationship, and you got to learn how to connect with people. If you cannot do that, you will not be able to do not just social media, but any other kind of business out there. So you need to learn how to connect, build relationships, and put that into effect. And these things take time, guys. This is all patience game. This is all consistency game. This is all going out there on a daily basis and putting in this work to be able to make this happen. It's been work for me, guys, for 6 years, and now in the last 2.5 is when I've been seeing this turnout. So it's taken time, but it's paying off now. And there's ways to work with these different companies, and many times they might reach out to you, but in many occasions I've reached out to them. And when you're reaching out to a company, guys, you have to always keep important things in mind. When you're reaching out to the company, the ball is really on their court to make the choice, because you're going to their court. And when you're taking the ball to their court and they're the home field player, they have the leverage because they're seeing that you want something to do with them. And how can you make that relationship or connection a long-term thing to work with them? And that's by you offering something to them. That's by you offering something for free, something in exchange, you giving them or showing them your value on what you can do to help them on your page, whatever it is that you do, tying in your brand with your personal brand in theirs. And how can you make this work? And that's the whole thing here. And when you reach out to them, before you reach out, you have to build a relationship with them. And one of the things that I like to do, which I'll show you, if you go to your saved sections on whatever posts you save on Instagram, if you go to your saved sections, it lets you create albums. So I like to create albums on different things. So this one right here, I'm not sure if you could see it, but this one says companies. Can't see it too well, but that one says companies. So if I click in it, you're going to see a whole bunch of different saved icons. And these are different companies that I want to work with, different companies that I've wanted to reach out to, different companies that I want to build relationships with. So what I do is on a weekly basis, I go through these pages and I engage with them on a weekly basis. I do like homework religiously. I give an hour and I start going through those pages. I start commenting, liking, sharing their stuff, tagging their stuff, tagging them. And I make sure to engage and build on that relationship. And best believe after a month, many of them actually reach out to me. So now the ball's on the opposite court now. They're going to my home court now because they're reaching out to me, and now I have the leverage. So many times that'll happen because they're seeing that I'm very engageful. They're gonna eventually go into my page. I trust and I'm confident in my content and what I deliver, and they're gonna see something they like. Now, if that's not the case and you have reaching out to them, guys, you want to make sure that you have something that is a template. I like to go in my notes. I'll show you for example. Let me see. Let me put one up here. So I like to go into I'm trying to find a good one here for you guys. Let's see. But yeah, I have so many, guys. I have so many templates that I've done that it's taking me a little time to pull this up. But here, let me see. So I have one here that I created. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sorry about that. I'll read it to you. So here it's I'll put hey, whatever the company, blank. First of all, I would like to say I really love the amazing products your company has and the quality it delivers. My name is Anthony Mendez and I'm from Miami. I'm a fitness professional, fitness influencer, content creator, and inspirational coach. I'm reaching out to you guys because I would love to work and collaborate with you. I believe we can do something great together. If this is something that interests you, please let me know and thank you. That's number one. Here's another one that I wrote, and it's saying, hey, so-and-so, to whatever company. I really love the service you provide, and or the products, whatever it is you have to tailor. I really love the service or products you provide, and I've always been a big fan of your brand for a long time. I've used your products or service countless of times, and I would love to work with you. But before we work together, I would really love to offer you something first. Feel free to go through my page. If you think of anything that you feel that you can use for my page or for me, please let me know what that is, and I would love to offer that to you and continue this relationship. That's another thing that I wrote that also works well. So depending on who the person is, depending on how many times maybe you have talked before, you have those templates written out to help you connect with these brands and eventually, get work out of it. So guys, I've been doing this for quite a while. I've been mastering this, and brands, companies, people want to hear something first that is a compliment. They want to feel or hear a compliment. And when you give them a compliment, what it does is it shows them that you do like what they're doing. You like their brand, you like their service, their product, whatever they're doing or selling. And it shows them too that you're someone who probably uses their products or have used it before. And then you can follow it up with introducing yourself, giving a small story on you. And then you can hook them with the part of letting them know that you want to offer something to them first, and and for them to take a look and see through your content what they feel that you can offer to them. You can open that, or you can literally give them something that you want to offer. Be like, hey, if it's a specific company, for me, it's health and fitness. Hey, I want to offer you free workout videos for a month that you can use for your platform or that you can use for your article. I would love to offer you a written article on my behalf if it's a publication or something. That's just an example. But you can do that too. Guys, this is a great way to really get yourself out there and push your brand and really get exposure onto these people's platforms. With that being said, I've had the other opportunity of having great companies hit me up. And one of the reasons is because of my content. So guys, speaking on content, you got to really dive into the value and quality of your content. And when I mean value and quality of your content, this does not mean that it has to be a high-end, high-resolution 4K quality videos. And yes, I do have a whole bunch, but that does not mean that that's the end all be all. I actually have other raw clips that I've done better than some of those high-end quality videos. and it's just more of what you're delivering to your audience, more of what you're delivering to your people, that's what makes it high quality content. And it's the message behind it. So if you're delivering a good message, if you're giving value, if you're sharing some information, if you're entertaining somebody, you're giving some kind of value to that person, whether it's the highest quality video and whether it's not. So keep that in mind. Consistency with your content is another big thing. Being consistent shows a company that you're somebody who is on top of their stuff, who is active consistently. And when you work with other people too and collaborate with other influencers, it shows companies that you're a person who likes to work with other people. So keep that in mind. Companies like that as well. And then also too, another thing to keep in mind is not jumping constantly from being I want to say like an athlete for multiple different like if you're an athlete for this sport, for this supplement company, and you're flip-flopping constantly, it kind of throws companies off too, because then it might just show, oh, this guy's all over the place, this girl's all over the place. But try to focus in on one or two. I'm not saying that I haven't jumped from one or two, but it's just more like be consistent for a while, at least with one of them, until, eventually if you do want to move on because you found something aligned with you better, that's fine. I'm just saying there's some people that on a weekly basis are constantly jumping and jumping over and over, which doesn't look good. A lot of these companies do keep an eye on your content, and believe it or not, they are watching because they're waiting for the next big thing, and these are little flags for them. Another important thing, guys, is when you do collaborate with influencers, I like to always share some of my connections with them, and I always tell them, hey, I would love to share with you some of my companies I've worked with. I can always introduce you. I can always, if you guys are interested in working together, I can always make a connection there. And many times they do the same back for me, and I do this willingly. I don't ask for them to do this for me. This is just me doing it for that influencer. And many times they'll be in return, hey dude, same thing, here's a list of the companies that I've worked with, which ones you like, and I'll connect you with them. That's another awesome way for you to get new companies to work with you. And I actually did that recently, where I got 10 companies from some influencers that I've been working with, and I shared with them mine, and they shared me with theirs, and we connected each other to their companies with the resources and people we had connected with, and now they're working with some of my companies and I'm working with some of theirs, and it really works really well, guys. So that's another big strategy that I would say to take on and really implement on a weekly, daily, monthly basis, is finding those influencers that you want to work with, or the ones that are your friends, and then cross-referencing the companies you guys have worked with. On the next note, now let's talk about not just finding companies, but most importantly, retaining what you have. This is super important, guys. It's great to find a company, but it's better to retain a company that wants to work with you long term. And how do you do this? Well, being on top of them, showing them that you want to keep working with them, asking them questions. And if you feel that there's a moment that things are kind of maybe you haven't heard from them for a while, for a month, 3 weeks, follow up. Send them an email. Send them DM. Anytime, they're busy. They're companies. They're different from what we're doing. We're building a personal brand. They're building and not saying that we're personal brands in our company, but they're building a service product company where maybe for us, we don't have a product service. It's more us. And their time is very, very restricted. So reach out if you haven't heard back and let them know, hey, I'm here to offer you my services, and what can I do? Is there anything new I can take on? Is there a new project I can help you with? Is there anything that you need? Do you need content? Do you need articles? Do you need pictures? Do you need videos? Do you need something specific that I can help you with to help your brand? And many times they're going to hit you with something. Yes, dude, I just remembered I got this going on. Awesome. Can you do this? I'll take it on. And then you keep that relationship strong, and when other gigs keep popping up, you're gonna get paid. Whether sometimes they might be less or more, that happens, but you can always negotiate. And once you create a structure, you can always create a pitch deck for yourself, knowing the value that you deliver, and you can have a pitch deck ready to go with certain companies, especially the ones that hit you up. That's something that I like to do, is have that pitch deck for the ones that are hitting me up and that I want to work with. Another thing, guys, is make sure when there's companies hitting you up, don't just go with any company. Make sure you go with a company that you want to work with, that you do deeply believe in, or do you want to do something with. Make sure that company fits with you. Make sure they fit with your audience. Make sure that they make sense. If not, usually that's not going to be a good turnover for them. And don't just do it for a quick pay. Usually it's not going to be a good turnover turnover for them, and then they're not going to want to continue working with you because they didn't get the true turnover of audience that they thought they were going to get because maybe the product didn't make sense. On top of that, man, that was a lot of stuff. Trying to think what else I can share with you guys. Give you some decent tactics that you guys can start using. Another good one is with these companies, see the influencers that they've worked with and follow them, build a relationship with the influencers that some of these companies have worked with. So I like to do that. I like to go in and scan some of these companies, and I like to say, okay, this influencer's worked with them, this one, this one, this one, this one. Create another saved album on your folder, in your folder, another folder in the saved section, and follow those influencers, start engaging with them, build relationships, because many times what's going to happen is that once you're connected with them, that company is going to see that. If this is a great way, if you want to work with a certain company and they haven't reached out back, is following all those influencers that they work with currently and build a relationship with them, because many times through them, they can connect you to that company, or that company takes an eye that they're seeing you're connected and now followed by all their people that are influencers, and now they're going to check you out and they want to see and maybe offer you something. Or maybe you do a collaboration with that influencer that follows that works with that company, and now because of a video or post collab on your page, that company is going to see it on their page and they're going to think you're interesting and they're going to want to work with you. So these are different ways to get in front of companies' eyes, brands' eyes, whatever you're going to work with, and show them what you have to deliver. And yet again, I'm always going to preach, guys, valuable quality content and what you're delivering as far as your message and the value you're bringing to the table is very highly important. With that being said, guys, please make sure to stay consistent on doing these interactions with these people on a daily basis, on these companies, on these influencers, and interact with them, build relationships, and don't think that this is going to happen overnight. You're not going to get these lock-ins overnight. These things take time. Again, like I said, a month, 2 months, possibly engaging with these people before even they hit you up or before you can hit them up, and actually build an honest relationship. And then most importantly, guys, I'm going to finish this off, is something I always like to do with my social media is, social media is great, guys, but when you take things outside of that, it's even better and more magical, guys. And I mean magical because it becomes a true relationship that you took out of social media, and now you can turn into something even more personal, and it's just more hands-on, and you can actually make an in-person connection. When you make an in-person connection, that is the best way to do it. So I like to use my social media to grab who I want to reach out, or grab who I want to connect with, company, brand, whatever it is. And from there, I always make sure that once we start conversations for a while, build the relationships, I get their phone number, I get their email, and I get any other thing that they contact with, another social media platform or other information, and I grab that and I move it over. So I grab, move over, and I build. Grab, move over, build. This is the grab, move over, build tactic. So it's a 3-step tactic. Grab, move over, build. You got to get it out of social media, guys. Because if it stays in social media, it'll die in social media. And now, when you move this out of social media, you have that contact forever. Forever. It's yours. And you don't have to worry about anything. Because this contact you made is now your contact. It's not on social media anymore. So if your social media were to crash, whatever, doesn't matter. You have their contact. You have their other social media platforms. You have their phone number. You have their email. And now nobody can tell you anything. So any connections that you guys have, even now, companies that you know, friends, influencers that you know, friends that you know, all this good stuff, start hitting them up and be like, dude, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Yo, I would love to get your contact so we can contact outside of here. It's just much better and easier. Let's stay connected outside. And eventually, guys, too, you'll be able to meet the people in person, because when you chat to them through text, through email, through phone number, it's a whole different ballgame, and you guys know that. You guys know it's a whole other ballgame when you get in front of that person, and even with some of these companies that I've want to work with, when I speak to some of their reps or some of their managers and stuff like that, I've met them in person. because I've asked for their contact information. And when we've met in person, I close the deal in person, because when you meet me in person, you're going to want to work with me in person. Plain and simple, because I'm that type of guy. So do that, guys, and I promise you'll start seeing results. Just to recap, the folders. Do the save folders. Save those companies. Follow up. Engage. Build a relationship. Either they're going to reach out to you, or you can eventually reach out to them. Same thing with the influencers. The influencers that work with all these companies that you want to work with, that you want to get to, build a relationship with all those influencers. Create another folder for those influencers. Engage with them. Follow, comment. Build a relationship. Either they're going to reach out, or you're going to reach out, and then eventually that's going to connect you to that company you've been wanting to work with. On top of that, guys, post content on a daily basis. If you can, it's okay, but do your best to. And remember, value quality content does not mean high resolution videos all the time. Just means deliver a great message and make sure that people are getting something of value. Guys, this is how I was able to make $60,000 last year. There's so many other ways that you can make money off social media, but this is one of the biggest ones that I was able to do. And this is not even talking about how I was able to get corporate wellness opportunities and event opportunities. But this is mainly working with those companies and how I was able to work off social media brand companies that are on social media and be able to help me in that way, and how I was able to help myself get paid by collaborating with these companies on social media for doing social media work and posts and stuff like that. And then, of course, I've gotten other job opportunities, meeting the right people for outside work, like doing outside events, doing corporate wellness outside. And guys, these are all jobs I got through social media. Why? Because when you create your resume, I like to call it your resume, it speaks for itself, because now people can see who you are. They see your personality. They see your character. They see what you're about. And then the one that wants to meet you will meet you. So plain and simple, guys, there's an opportunity right here sitting in the palm of your hands. And you have to take it, and you have to be able to put yourself out there on a daily basis in a unique way that makes you unique, that makes you different, that makes you why you're special, and show people why you're special and why they should work with you and why they should do stuff with you and why they should believe in you and why they should associate with themselves with you. And you need to deliver that message on a daily basis, guys. So hope everybody has an awesome day. Hope everybody got some value from this. I hope I was able to deliver good information that you guys can go out there and start using now. Good tactics, whatever it is that whether it's one of the 2 or 3 things that I give you, start with one. Whether you want to do all of them at once, go do all of them once, but at least do one and try that one out. And definitely, I would love to hear back from you guys. Give me feedback. Reach out to me. My Instagram is Mendez Fitness. So my Instagram is MENDEZ Fitness, and then my email is mendezfitnesspro@gmail.com. My YouTube, please subscribe, please like, please comment, is Mendez Fitness. Guys, I also have another awesome thing that I'm going. It's called the Sweat Check Life. And this whole Sweat Check Life is a movement that I've created for people who want to move, win, take control of their life, take action, put in work on a daily basis, sweat your butt off, and just move every single day. Whatever, if it's small, big, or medium, you got to keep moving. So guys, check out that other page. It's my Instagram called Sweat Check Life. Me and my buddy GC, we put something together. I think you guys will enjoy it. For all those people who are high level performers, you got to go check that page out. All right, guys, wishing you much love, wishing you the best. Stay tuned. I'll be delivering you more content as we go. Let's get it.